I love this.
We Calgarians take pride in our work, in our outdoor spaces, and we put a lot of time and effort into making comfortable, beautiful homes.
Can't wait.
We also love our water features.
Beautiful.
And that's where we come in.
From crazy indoor water features to crafting your own outdoor nature paradise.
That's what we do. Join us as we show you what you can have with some imagination,
heavy machinery,
and skillful hands.
We are Water by Design.
Hargan I actually met through Harmon, which was a past client, and I actually dealt with Harmon through the whole process until the point we got the job. And the whole thing with Hargan's was he had an existing water feature, but it was in the wrong part of his house. For feng shui, it was supposed to be in the northeast corner, and we realized we got to move this feature from the backyard to the front yard and fix this up properly.
There was a water feature here that we actually tore out. It was really weird. They actually used pallets under the waterfall to build it up and then underlay and liner on top, and everything obviously was breaking and moving. And obviously it's wrong in my opinion. I would never build a waterfall like that. I'll only rebuild them. We ripped that one apart. We reused the rock to build some retaining walls, and then some of that rock will go into the mix for the new waterfall out front.
Hargan's was an amazing one. Again, it's already had a feature built, and you get into a situation like that where they're literally going to put the money in to demolish what they have. He never even ran the one he had. He wanted to move it another part of his yard. He got a hold of me right after Stampede and said I need it done in 2 weeks because they're putting in my driveway. So it was this like crazy timeline out of nowhere. And I called up Kev, and it's literally like 2 days later we're on site and we're taking care of it.
Right now we're just building our wall that's going to house the waterfall. It's going to be a giant waterfall, multiple holding pools, tearing down and stepping into a large pond at the bottom. Focal points are going to be coming up the driveway here. So up here, coming in, the other main focal point of this property is coming out the front door. Even though we're building the waterfall over here, we're going to do our spills, and the way the water falls, we're going to face it slightly this way so they get a really nice view from the front door and walking in and out.
I was really excited when Grant called me about this job too. I went to look at it. Obviously I don't like taking them apart, but I got to build some really nice retaining walls in the back where the feature was, and once I got to the site and saw what we had to work with for rock there, it was even more exciting because we had great options, tons of pieces, and got great space to work in.
The black material between the clay and the rocks is underlay. That makes your wall a lot stronger, helps to hold the clay and contain it inside the feature. Obviously it can't pass through, leach out the cracks between the rocks. Then when things expand, freeze thaw in the winter, the underlay creates that layer, so the pressure of the ground pushing becomes more consistent on the back of the wall. It's just not pushing on one end or another side of the rock, it's pushing on the whole thing.
What was going through my mind at this point was just thinking about design, thinking about the rebuild, thinking about the focal points, the client driving up the driveway, walking out the front door, where these spills need to be, and basically how to make the feature look the best that it can look in that space and the potential that it has. We call this guy Tam Damon, or Goodwill Tamping. Whichever you prefer, but he looks like Matt Damon in real life, and I guess he gets that a lot, so it's kind of a joke we had all season.
He's got the guns going right there.
He does got the guns going, and he's working the ladies' tam for the red one.
He's kind of Adrian's brother-in-law as well.
It's true.
Something like that.
Our water features are the Lambos of the industry. I mean, it is true, and I'm constantly comparing water features to vehicles. Like, why would you just buy a vehicle because it's $5,000 cheaper than something that's very similar or the same? I mean, things need to be built right, they need to be designed properly, they need to be serviced, everything needs to be accessible, and you got to be able to shut them down at the end of the season, start them up. I'm talking about outdoor, not indoor, but same thing. You got to be able to service these water features, and again, you got to do your research, do your homework, and don't just impulse buy, and don't be cheap.
Buy the Lambo.
Please don't be cheap. Buy the Lambo.
Well, that's what I wanted to do for now, is just get it flipped over so you can see. I'm just excited because this is nice and flat.
Yeah.
I feel like we can almost get a sheet out of it with the amount of flow we're going to have. It's like a big frothy sheet, but it's going to be sweet.
Still a sheet, then we'll have a little splitter.
Yeah.
Bouncy over there.
Like, I think there's going to be so much flow coming over this with those three.
Yeah, I also really like this side too, because you get like a cascading sheet over here.
And like it's got this nice zipper in the top too.
Yeah.
Over the years, we've created a system that works and lasts. In Alberta, we can have Chinooks, freeze thaw. It can be the middle of winter, -30, and then it can go to +10, +15. Things move, things freeze, things move. So we got to build them structurally sound. We got to think that they're going to move, and we got to lock it in and be prepared for that if we want our features to last a lifetime, which they do.
I almost think we'll probably want to put this in first, and then the framers fit the outside.
So the one in the back needed demolishing, changing to a retaining wall, and then the one in the front, blank canvas with amazing parameters. You get to build it 6 feet up, massive pond, like everything we want in building a water feature.
New space, new potential, and the tree line in the back was sweet too.
Yeah, I love that.
Right?
It was a crazy year for us. Like, you know, the momentum's been growing now for many years.
Need a truck or a fleet for a seasonal job? Don't lease it, rent it. Shagganappy GM now offers short-term rentals for our entire lineup of Chevy and GM trucks. Shagganappy GM and Cobalt Rentals. This is the new way.
We need to replace our kitchen cabinets.
You've come to the right place.
We have an idea, but
You can sit down with one of our designers. That's one way we try to make your life easier.
I don't want to be assembling cabinets on my weekend.
Hey, the only Ellen you'll ever need is that guy.
Renovating is fast and easy with the help of our cabinet experts.
I love these cabinets.
No longer a contractor's best kept secret. We provide pre-assembled cabinets right here in the great city of Calgary. Get your cabinets right here.
We at The Landscape Artists have been transforming Calgary landscapes for 40 years, serving this city and surrounding areas with smartly designed creative outdoor living spaces. Crafting your outdoor oasis has never been easier with amazing results. You'll enjoy working with our creative design team as we take your vision from dream to a reality. You deserve a place to unwind, a place to think, and a wonderful place to entertain. Call our firm today for your free consultation. The Landscape Artist, award-winning design and construction.
It was a crazy year for us. Like, you know, the momentum's been growing now for many years. We've been doing it over 10 years together now. So every year it feels like it gets busier. It gets more packing stuff in every year, and it gets a little crazier with the scheduling and the pressure and everything. Everyone wanting things done right away and everyone wanting to be next. But this year again, just with scheduling and everything, it just kind of fell into place nicely for us. So as we go along, it just seems to get better and better on that front.
So rubber liner to obviously contain the water, but underlay even more importantly underneath the liner, because underneath we just have dirt, rock, whatever. We got to make sure we have underlay underneath there so we don't have anything poking it from below.
We need that cushion.
Yeah.
We're placing massive rocks down to little tiny pebbles. And you know what? Any one of those rocks can compromise the liner if you don't have underlay underneath. Not only do we put it underneath, we put it on top for our bigger boulders.
Yeah.
Got to protect that liner, super sensitive.
It's all about just cushioning those pinch points. Anywhere that you have a rock above and below that could be pressing on the liner, you just want it cushioned, because if it's rock on liner on rock, you'll get a hole for sure.
Like it just clicks and everything falls into place and everything flows. That's the feeling. That's success. That's what it's all about for us.
I don't know it's ever happened.
It's happened. I mean, there's always ups and downs. There's always uncontrollables, you know, and I find things get out of control when we're not in control, when we bring in other trades, when we bring in other companies to do things. We that's when we lose control. When we're in control, it's rock work, it's our style of plumbing and lighting and just the water by design style of building indoor and outdoor water features.
How was it working under such a tight deadline on this job? I just feel like all our projects feel like they're a tight deadline. We're always pushing to get the particular job that we're working on done and to move on to the next one. I mean, this one had a little bit more pressure and stress because we did have another job that we had to push and we were juggling things a little bit, but at the end of the day, we're always grinding hard and pushing hard to get to the finish line.
Yeah, and I would say it always comes back to doing the Calgary Stampede where it's like such a hard date, whereas here it's a hard date, but it's not like Calgary Stampede hard date. So that experience always, like, under pressure, we feel okay.
And if we fall behind a day or two, just communicate with the client on the next job. Just let everybody know what's going on. And, you know, people get that phone call. It makes them relax, makes them happy.
Yeah, that's so much easier than the Calgary Stampede starting tomorrow. Like, you don't have that option, so.
Later.
I'm just a little short on the liner. It's always nice when it comes up onto the shelf and then the other one comes over and down. So it's just all about that overlap. Theoretically, right now, this would work because water can't come up, but if water somehow wicked out of the other liner, it could potentially get in between our liner and our underlay, which is what we don't want ever.
So here we're just getting those folds, getting everything perfect, using the rocks to hold down the liner. It's very important when you fold that liner, you fold it downstream. You never want to have those folds upstream, they'll flap over, it causes problems and issues.
It would have to get down a foot or more. You'd have to scrunch all the way to 1 foot.
Yeah.
This is a situation that comes up a lot. With liner, it comes in 5-foot increments. So you're always trying to maximize what you can use because you add another 5 feet, it's that much more square footage, it's that more money that you're spending on it.
Yeah, liner is really expensive. You always want to have more than enough, but you want to, it's just a fine line.
Yeah, it's the balance of like more than enough and spending too much money.
And every time you do a holding pool, you do a drop, you're just eating up more liner. The higher those berms are, you're eating up more liner. You don't want to have to go back and change the shelving, the shaping with the clay to make the liner fit. So yeah, liner stress.
Liner stress.
You just gotta feel the flow. You gotta feel the space, the elevation, the tree line, the house, and just, I don't know, we've done so many of these. It just, we can walk in there, we have the ability of seeing it and creating it.
I would say a big thing for this one too is he already had the one developed, so we were kind of trying to emulate what he had in the backyard, and then he was really good about, I want this, I want this, I want this, so
yeah.
He gave us a lot of direction for that.
Super important to get inside the client's brain and their mind's eye and see their vision and what they want and just, yeah, perfect it.
Looks like we have more on the left than on the right.
That's scary.
Yeah, we're slinging and we're placing. I mean, we're starting to build our sites for our waterfall. How awesome is that? I love it.
Is your house feeling dated, or are you just wanting a fresh new look? Whether you're listing a property, have multiple rentals that need maintenance, or want to make your home feel new again, with same-day painting, you're in good hands. We love painting your homes, and we have the manpower for any commercial job as well. With a 30-day warranty, 6-point inspection, and a full color consultation, our dedicated team of qualified professionals will deliver the highest quality job. Same-day painting. More than paint, it's peace of mind.
How important is your roof to you? EuroShield, your smart choice in roofing. EuroShield, environmentally friendly rubber roofing systems. Hail, heat, wind, rain and snow, bring it on. Alberta made for any kind of extreme weather. For life. Built from recycled material. Built to endure. Built to cover your home in style. EuroShield, the best choice for your home. Greening the earth, one roof at a time.
We didn't have to make them so comfortable, but we did. Toto.
Hi,
I'm Pete the Plumber, trusted by Calgarians for their plumbing and heating needs. There are tons of real estate agents out there, but I always go with the real estate partners at RE/MAX first. For the real estate agent that goes the extra mile and really cares, call my buddy Dusko at RE/MAX first.
Hi, I'm Dana Merzen. When I played with the Calgary Flames, we had to work hard, pay attention to detail, and follow a game plan. It works on the ice and with Diamond Wood products. Diamond Wood products. Quality, pride, and teamwork.
Yeah, we're slinging and we're placing. I mean, we're starting to build our sides for our waterfall. How awesome is that? Love it.
But yeah, you can see it there. You rig it up, then Adrian gives a little shake with the machine, make sure we're not going to drop it on the liner that we're so concerned about, and get it right where we want it.
Oh yeah, definitely. I always test them a little bit because, like the guys say, we can't drop them on the liner. Probably create another whole day's work if we damage that liner, and it's important to keep moving forward.
Give it the shake. If it's going to go outside the feature, not inside the feature. Super important. Just overlapping the liner, and in this situation we had to add a seam. So seam tape, cover tape, lap seal, super important. And you know, just we're just able to work with the liner now really good.
I'd say before we were adverse to doing something like this, and then now that we have so much experience with it, we get in this situation, we just do this.
Underlay on top of the liner underneath the big rocks when they have sharp edges, when they're so big. Just important again to protect that liner at all costs.
Yeah, comes back to protecting it just like you're doing below it, now you're doing above it.
We're almost ready to start doing roundies.
Roundies are for shimming rocks up and locking them into place.
Roundies are round rock.
Still yours.
When we're in control, the project goes very, very smooth. And I mean, overall, I'm really happy with where things are going, the journey it's been to get here. And honestly, after all these years of working with Grant, and getting to know Calgary and all our clients and customers, I find the most important part is communication. Communicating with each other, communicating with our clients, and just staying on top of everything, and everything else is going to fall into place.
Oh yeah, it looks amazing. I mean, it's what I wanted. It's more than my expectations. These guys have done a very good job on this.
Now it's getting built properly.
Very nicely. Very
Right.
nicely.
Especially when it comes to clients, good news, bad news, indifferent. If you just send a message to someone and let them know what's going on, they just appreciate it so much. And we always have people saying that to us. You're not like other contractors. People will say they're going to be here at a certain time and just not show up. Like, if something like that happens with us, we send them a message, we let them know that we're not going to be there, and it just goes so far. So we've learned that over the years. We just over communicate, if anything.
Yeah, certainly better than under communicating.
So here, he has worked with me, changing things. I tell him, no, move it this way, I need it this way, water has to fall this height. So he listened and involved me everything. So yeah, looks really nice.
Yeah.
Can't wait to have it running.
Running and everything else done, and be able to see it in the backdrop.
Yep.
So when I'm doing lights, I'm just kind of trying to imagine that I am a light.
I am a light. Is that what I said? Become the light. Be the light. Where am I shining? What rock am I focusing on?
What we're gonna do up here, try to light this, because there's our 3 waterfalls. Water's gonna come cascading down, so I want to get this front face and all this pooling in here, and I also want to get that tree straight across. So I've got a small and a large left. Here's my small, there's my large. I'm gonna tuck my small in this little pocket here.
I love to also uplight the trees. We were talking about the backdrop in behind.
Yes,
If you
yes.
can get a light submersed in a holding pool and get that kind of swimming pool effect onto the trees and whatnot, the shadowing's awesome, the effect is awesome. Lights are key, I love them.
Because they're really bright, and I don't want to be blinding the homeowner when they come out the front door to look at the waterfall, but I want to light up the waterfall. So we're both going to go over here somewhere. And then I'm going to jump back onto this guy here. super important when I'm doing my spills, that everything is level.
Lower level will continue up to where that yellow pipe is.
Okay, so you still see a large portion of the wall then at least?
I want to hide as much as I can.
I know.
So that's why this dirt is still here.
Right.
I can already taste that beer.
Yeah. So you want to finish to there and maybe just start cleaning up?
Yeah, for sure.
Dad's gonna kick off because he's got to go to the yard and mark those bubblers and stuff.
Yeah.
I love that one. I love going up the driveway and seeing those waterfalls as you come down. And I know just from conversations with him how much he loves it.
Hi, I'm Pete the Plumber, here with Mike from Tally Renovations. Mike, how do you tackle kitchens?
Kitchens are really, really important. They're the absolute heart of the home, so they take a little extra time and care to get it right, because it's really the hub for your family, for your friends, and it's the gathering place for everything that you do.
And with that attitude, that's why I always recommend Mike from Tally Renovations.
Tally Renovations. Beautiful spaces built right. When you have a Canada outdoor kitchen, you get more out of life. Add a whole new dimension to how you use and enjoy your home. Enjoy family and friends, and extend your outdoor cooking, dining, and living experience for up to the entire year. Canada Outdoor Kitchens. Dream big, live well. Your experience with Legacy Kitchen starts with a visit to our showroom, where our designers and craftsmen are committed to creating a kitchen that suits your home and lifestyle. We coordinate every aspect of the design and renovation process, taking you from an idea to reality. For over 3 decades, we have proudly served Calgary homeowners and home builders with premium kitchen design and renovations. Legacy Kitchens, we are with you all the way.
I love that one. I love going up the driveway and seeing those waterfalls as you come down. And I know just from conversations with him how much he loves it. And so many of these people, the focal point of their house is the water feature. They can't wait to get people over there to show them their water feature. It's such a satisfying, proud thing for us to think about.
100%. How could we have said no to Hargan? I mean, the pressure was on, the timeline's there. You know, we're never going to say no unless it's going to be completely impossible. But if there is a small chance that we can get in there, we can make it happen, we're going to do it. We're always going to do it.
So I do love water features, and it stands out when you enter the house on the driveway. It stands out as a nice feature. Plus, we do believe in feng shui, and it's this location and everything is considered auspicious for that.
Wow, what a thing of beauty. What a beautiful water feature. It turned out amazing. Very happy.
Yeah, I love it. The parameters of it, making it so wide and so high, it's just like everything we want to do with water features.
And the flow too, right?
Yeah.
How many gallons per hour? 20?
So it's two 11,000, so 22,000 gallons per hour.
Taking into consideration the head height, which is the elevation, we lose a little bit due to that, but
Haven't done the math on that yet.
at the end of the day, a lot of flow.
Lots of
A lot of sound.
When people pull up your driveway, there's a fountain, and they have to turn around here to park. And everyone who comes in, they always have a wow kind of thing. It looks really great.
Just remember building this one, cutting all these slate pieces in, making everything fit perfect.
Yeah, the oversized BMQ that we use create that sheet action. And then all these stone pieces were from the last one, and they were just not using the pieces properly. They had them not set up properly. So for us, we were really excited because we got to take these stone pieces that were huge. They're like 7 feet long, 1.5 feet high, and just create these incredible waterfalls out of them.
So much potential, but just wasted in that last water feature, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We were building the retaining walls in the back, and me and Adrian were talking about it, and we're like, we're saving this for the waterfall, we're saving this for the waterfall.
We took them, we planned it out, and we placed them like we do with all our rocks, and we've just got this flow. And the tricky part about this one, even though we have 20,000 gallons per hour coming down this waterfall, is we're quite wide up top. So to try to have that consistency of that flow to create those sheets from left to right and full coverage was a big challenge on this one, right?
And everything, yeah, absolutely.
And just saving those options, man, it's so important. And we do it all the time. When we get a load of rock, right? We always go through that load of rock. We're like, hey, framer, spill rock. You know, you get those feature rock, bird bath rock. I mean, there's just so many different options out there, and we just try to use them the best we can.
It's very soothing, it's very calm. So sometimes in the evening or Sunday mornings when I get up, I get Sundays off, so I typically like to have my morning tea there. And the sound of waterfall, water flowing, it's very soothing. It's very relaxing.
So again, we started with absolute flat ground when we came here. We built up these walls to 6 feet of height, so we're double stacked 3 feet high rustics just to get that head height. And if you give me head height, I'll give you flow.
Think about this one, once we're here and the project's done, it feels natural, doesn't it?
It does.
Because sometimes when we build up this horseshoe to get that head height, it can feel a little bit artificial, but honestly, man, this feels like it belongs here. And that's one of the things we're trying to achieve with this one.
Absolutely. It's nice because it's kind of in the background, actually.
Yeah.
You don't realize there's this massive mound of material that was built up to create this.
Totally.
You only get the waterfall, which is the key to success here.
It is. And as these trees grow and mature over the years, they're just going to canopy up and over, become bigger and bigger, and just make the water feature feel more like it belongs here in this space.
Spill, spill, spill into the holding pools. That creates that sound, that sight. I love this one. It was so awesome.
I did, when I originally went there and met with him, I was like, there is so much nice rock here with so much potential.
This one turned out really great. I think it fits into the landscape really well. I love the view of it coming up the driveway, the way it steps up as you come up to it. It's just great.
It was very good. Grant was pretty detailed from day one to show how it's gonna look, where it's gonna go. And I'm very happy with the outcome.